Hey guys, it is Saturday here. I am your Saturday host Brendan, and this week we are talking about pagan themed crates slash loot style boxes. So this week our question comes from mikeygaw. And it's just asking about whether we've seen these cratejoy pagan-themed crates, and if we've received them, what we thought of them, and if we haven't, what we thought of the value and the idea of them based on the descriptions. I had a look through this website and I thought it was kind of an interesting and novel concept, and I think one of the ones that I actually liked was, I think it was the Elemental box, and it kind of came with like Sabbat and Esprit supplies, and it had spell cards, and I think it was around $50, which was sounded like it was kind of good because the whole box came with, from what I can understand, everything you need to be able to do the ritual that was included on the card. So it's kind of great for that because it saves you having to try to dig up and find ingredients and perhaps have to substitute. But I think with that also, it kind of took away some of the creativity and the options. So perhaps even next time, like, you might get that, and then the following time you do that spell, you might tweak it or change it to personalize it a bit more. And then I looked at some of the other crates that were up there as well, and mostly focused around like crystals and goddesses and gods and all that sort of stuff. And yeah, I'm not quite sure whether or not I'm sold on this concept, but I think it's an interesting concept that, to go with. Like, for me personally, in my past, I've subscribed to like Loot Crate and Nerd Block, and kind of got like geeky stuff, but I never really thought about looking at it from a pagan witchy aspect and what would come with that. But I would love if it had like more kind of a structure of like you could like tick boxes and interests and what you're like kind of personalize a box really. So some witches are more incense-based, some witches are more candles, some witches may work with crystals more, they may work with a combination, but really kind of like sorting that out so that maybe you can have that general box there, but then also there's an option that is really personalized to the practitioner. So it can really help support them in that, and also, I don't know if they do it, but once you receive items and say you like a particular incense blend, you may be able to order that through a supplier or a site. So it may have featured suppliers and artists and creators for these products. And it may link to the Etsy stores, it may link to websites, all that sort of stuff. So it kind of builds and develops community with that. And I think even like, there might be a box that's kind of like based on a pagan like artist. So it might have work from, I'm just trying to think of some people. Like, it might be a musician artist, so you might look at like an S.J. Tucker themed box with things that interest her, some of her music, some artwork that might relate to her music. You could have something like for Wendy Rule, and perhaps a pagan author as well. So you might have something like a Scott Cunningham themed box, or you might do like a Fiona Horn, or a Devon Hunter, or a Christopher Penzac sort of thing. So having authors and stuff that are out there and like interests that might kind of encompass that, and I think that could be a different way to work it out as well. But going back to what was on Cratejoy, I think a lot of them were really good for beginners and people starting out that are really new to their practice and wanting to develop a collection of supplies. And I think one of the crates was really about building elemental relationships and working with tools and all that sort of stuff, and I think like that'd be perfect for someone starting out. So being really understanding like what a wand does, what a wand is, how to decorate and create your own, or what an athame is and how to use it in rituals, and what's a chalice and a pentacle and all that sort of stuff, and it explores in that sense. But I feel like these boxes are kind of like a extension on like those old magazine subscriptions. I don't know if they still do them here and there because I'm barely in a newsagent anymore, but there used to be like, say it was like a model building train set sort of thing. So each week you'd have to go collect a particular piece, or that magazine that week, to get that particular piece for this final project thing. So it was essentially you could subscribe and get the whole entire collection, or you could like go in each week and pick it up, sort of thing. So something like that, perhaps I could build, like if you were to do like a 5 to 10 themed box that would help you create a whole entire altar layout, or be able to have like an 8 set box that might be all about the Sabbats, or you might do like a 12 to 13 box set with all the full moons, and you could do one with like dark moons and all that sort of stuff, or just a moon related one. So it's got stuff for dark moon, it's got stuff for the full moon. Could be ones that help you develop relationship with the environment around you, so maybe like conservation and gardening, or like it might have an almanac in there, it might have like food, like the moon phases and stuff to plant, and reaping and seasons and all that sort of stuff. I think there's potential in this, and it could be developed to be something fantastic, but also I just think it's a quite beautiful novel idea, especially for anyone who may be starting out in their practice, and for like supporting parents that want to help their children out, or supportive partners that want to help partners out. Like it could be that beautiful gift idea to subscribe to a few months boxes for them and help them build their repertoire and collection of items, sort of thing. And you probably noticed there's twitching tails and stuff. I'm hanging out with the kittens today. We adopted 2 beautiful kittens recently. This one's Thanatos, and Hypnos is running around somewhere. But yeah, I think it's an interesting idea, and I wouldn't particularly subscribe to it because I have way too much magical clutter and junk that I'm just trying to work through. Sorry, magical treasures that I'm trying to work through and just really either rehome or repurpose, or minimalize and decrease my collection, and just really kind of focusing more on handmade work and original one-off pieces and all that sort of stuff. And I think that's kind of lost in these crates. It seems a bit more mass-produced, but I think it's a good way to start and a good foundation. And there's potentiality for a lot more. But yeah, I think that's it for this week. I'm thinking we're back next week for another topic. I'm hoping. If not, I'll see you next Saturday if we are. Otherwise, I will see you in a few weeks' time after the subs. But that's it. Much love and blessings, and have a beautiful weekend. Mwah!